Good afternoon. We are live from the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box here on Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and YourLiveEvent.com. Yours truly, Argus Schmidt, getting ready to give you a live broadcast of today's high school volleyball matchup. It is the Borderland Battle, the rematch between the International Falls Broncos and the Littlefork-Big Vikings. Game one ended up going to Little Fork in 5 sets on their homecoming night, and now this time it is the Broncos' homecoming afternoon. It's not night yet, and now it's the Broncos hoping to get some revenge in tonight's matchup. And hey, it's yours truly, Argus Schmidt. Getting ready, we're going to go into a quick break and hear a word from some of our sponsors, and we'll be back for our pregame show here on Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and YourLiveEvent.com. This is the pregame show.
Many needs and events occurring in the Borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer our local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sport guidance. Their advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year.
Do your high-rate credit cards have you feeling lost? Find yourself a lower rate and roll your balances over to a new card. TrueStar Federal Credit Union now provides an in-house credit card. Our truly rewarding credit card offers competitive rates, a rewards program, fraud monitoring, digital wallet, and much more. For more information or to get started, visit your local branch, our website, or the mobile app. Brighter banking at TrueStar. Subject to credit approval. Restrictions may apply. Insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM and YourLiveEvent.com. We are here at International Falls High School getting ready for the Borderland Battle Part 2. It is the rematch. The Broncos, the home team here on homecoming, hoping for some revenge after losing in 5 sets to the Vikings in their last time they faced off against each other. Vikings hoping to keep the winning streak going, but they're going to be facing some issues. Hey, this is our pregame show, and we're getting into our keys to the game, brought to you by Border GM. And what better way to talk about the keys to the game than to talk to the coaches themselves? So we're going to start off with the away team. And this is head coach Cindy Hasbargen of the Littlefork-Big Vikings, and my interview with her. I'm here with head coach Cindy Hasbargen of the Littlefork-Big Vikings, getting ready for today's rematch of the Borderland Battle. You guys took game 1 this season at your own homecoming. Now we're here in International Falls High School, and it's the Broncos' homecoming. So how are the girls feeling coming off the bus?
A lot of energy. It's been a fun day. We've had lunch together. They're ready for it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I see you guys came in all pink, getting ready because volleyball for a cure, I see.
Yes, we are. Tonight the football game is a pink out at the football game, and the month of October, it's awareness for breast cancer.
And so what is going to be the big focus coming into today?
Just coming in with a lot of energy, playing to our style, and being able to finish it out.
And I also noticed that Megan Galusha, she is out with an injury. And so do you think, is that going to be a big impact on the team, or do you think the team's been able to kind of pick up where she left off on the offensive side?
You know, it's always a challenge when someone's out, but I think the team as a whole has done a great job of overcoming that, and we've played a few games now, so I think they're adjusted and ready to go.
So what was probably the biggest takeaway from the last time you guys played the Broncos that you want to bring into this game?
Momentum. Momentum and finishing it out. You know, the crowd, the fans, everyone got you going. It was just a great battle between the two schools, and we liked the same thing, and us coming out on top.
Yeah, and I mean, last time you guys had the home field advantage. You had your home crowd on your side. It was great energy. I'm really excited. I have high expectations for the same thing tonight. Do you think your crowd is going to come through and show up for today as well?
Yes, there's been a lot of excused absences today, so we hope the crowd will be rocking.
Excused absences. So, do you think there's going to be a lot of unexcused absences too?
Not saying. I'm mute on that point.
Well, I'm really excited. So what's something that you're going to be looking out for after that first game that you're going to be more cautious of coming into today?
Just our coverage and being ready for squaring off to the hitters and being able to dig those up and set them up and put it down.
Yeah. And I remember last time you guys played each other, you guys were very strong when it came to serving. Are you hoping to keep that same strength for today?
We have been a strong serving team. The girls do very well with that, so hoping to continue that pattern.
Well, I wish you guys the best of luck today, and you just are a really fun homecoming part too.
Thanks, it'll be a good time.
It's always a fun time being able to talk to the coaches, and for today, the big goal for today, the big keys to the game for the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings is going to be, one, being able to adjust without having Megan Galusha. She was a big impact player for the team in the last game against the Broncos. She had a lot of necessary kills that helped lead the way to a victory, and so they're going to have to try and find a way to adjust and pick up where she left off for the team. But the other thing, too, is to stay strong in their serves. As I said when I was talking to Coach Hasborgen, they were very powerful and very consistent with having good serves in that game. And so if they can have a repeat with that same success in this game against the Broncos, then I think they can definitely find success in today and get a second win over the Broncos. Apparently, from what I was told, that last win earlier this season against the Broncos was the first time that Little Fork has beaten the Broncos in quite a while. So if they can start a win streak against them, then that can maybe show a change in the tides for this rivalry between the two teams. And hey, while we're talking about the Broncos, let's get into the keys to the game for the Broncos. As always, this is brought to you by Border GM. And hey, as always, I get a chance to talk to the coaches, and so this is my interview with head coach Aaron Hall of the International Falls Broncos today. And here with head coach Aaron Hall of the International Falls Broncos volleyball team. You guys are getting ready. It is homecoming today, big homecoming game, and it is the big rematch of the Borderland Battle. How are the girls feeling coming into today?
Good. I think we had a pretty positive game, and we didn't win versus like the Woods, but we came together as a team. We have some, working on that team chemistry, and I think they're making, taking those baby steps. So I think we're ready.
Absolutely. And the last time you guys played the Vikings, it was an absolute barn burner that went to 5 sets. So what is something that you want to bring into today that you want to leave behind from that last game?
Well, I watched the game video of our last game, and we have so many errors. Like when we battled back from, serious point deficits, and we know we can play, we know we can compete against this team. It's just going to be us limiting errors and actually having some success with our offense.
And so do you think now that you guys are the home team, you're no longer in enemy territory, you have the home crowd, do you think that's going to help put some energy behind the girls today?
Oh, 100%. We're going to have most of the school, the older ones that come, and then the younger ones is going to be super fun to have here. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. It's going to be awesome.
Hear the team getting hyped up today, and I'm already feeling the energy, and I'm feeling anticipation, and I'm excited. I have high expectations after the last time, and so what do you think? What has been the biggest improvement for the girls this season?
Overall, just honestly learning the game, being able to multitask, being able to know what's going on the other side of the court, and then coming together as a team.
And so, so with today, who do you think are going to be the girls to step up the most? Is it going to be the front line or the back line?
We're going to need a little bit of both. We'll need some blocking, but like I said, we're going to need some offensive success. We have to earn our points, so I'm looking forward to it. We have a few new tools, things that we're going to try to implement, put in the game. So hopefully we use them.
Well, I'm very excited for today. It looks like it's going to be a really fun one. I think Littlefork, they're also going to be bringing some fans. I've heard they got some allowed leaves from school, so I'm really excited. And so with it obviously being your guys' homecoming, do you think that also adds a little more energy to not just the crowd, but to the team and the energy?
Yeah, I think this has been building, obviously, within the last couple of weeks, and this being homecoming week and the big football game tonight. I think kids are ready and excited, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Well, I wish you guys the best of luck, and hey, happy homecoming.
Yeah, same to you.
That was my interview with head coach Aaron Hall of the International Falls Broncos, and hey, so continue to talk about keys to the game. So for them, I think the big key for this game for them is going to have to be serve receive. As I said, the Vikings are a very strong serving team, and so the Broncos are going to have to be very just as strong, if not stronger, in the back line in order to receive these serves and then also return them as well. They're going to need a lot of power in the front line. We're going to see how they attack. We're going to see which team is a lot more aggressive. I remember a big takeaway from that first matchup between the two teams is in the very first set, it was the Vikings who were aggressive straight out the gate. They were really coming at this Broncos team, and they were able to get a dominant first set win. The Broncos, they were able to recover, but they were recovered a little too late, and so they lost that first set. They won the second, and then it was just back and forth between the two before we got to that fifth one. So I'm looking forward to see what happens next in this upcoming borderline battle between the International Falls Broncos and the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings. It's going to be a fun one, you guys. We're going to have another break, and we'll be back because, hey, we still got our national anthem brought to you by the local VFW, Post 2948. Join us for karaoke and burgers, as well as our starting lineups. So, hey, this is Doug Schmidt with a 2-minute break and a word from our sponsors.
If you own or manage a business, you know how important it is to have a banker who is more than just a banker. Hi, this is Chris Laszlo, Vice President and Business Banking Expert at Border Bank. If you don't currently bank at Border, we invite you to join our family of successful business customers. At Border, we care about your business as if it were our own. We are invested in your success and our community's success. We're Border Bank, your experienced and respected financial partners. Member FDIC.
At Falls Lumber Company's Design Center, we help you find the right countertop for your project and budget. Options are endless with laminates, Corian, quartz, including Cambria and granite. We don't stop there. Falls Lumber Company will be there for you through the entire process, selection to installation on both sides of the border. Falls Lumber Company's Design Center. Experience it today.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. Local schools and events to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community. Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1, KSDM, and YourLiveEvent.com. We are live from the Rainy River Press Box. All right, start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. And now let's get into some starting lineups for today's borderline battle between the International Falls Broncos and the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings, a rematch. So, starting off with the away team, in this case, it's now going to be the Vikings, or the away team this time. Their starting lineup is going to be number 15, Miley Davis, number 2, Anissa Wimmer, number 10, Cambry Gustafson, number 13, Ellie Wendt, number 9, Abby Bishop, and number 8, Jenica Wills. And number 31, Cody Gustafson, is going to be the libero for this Vikings team. Some other players who are probably going to get a start today is number 28, Justina Holte, number 22, Jessica Holte, number 25, Aspen Watson, and number 33, Lacey Eidman. And out with a broken thumb is Megan Galusha, number 5 of the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings volleyball team. And now we're going to move on to our home team, the International Falls Broncos, and their starting lineup. Starting off, we have number 14, Charlie Swanson. Number 8, Piper Tomzak. Number 2, Neva Kokesh. Number 5, Peyton Grasshorn. Number 21, Chesney Skrine. Number 9, Lauren Basaraba. And number 10, your libero for the Broncos is going to be Lola Wade. Some of the players who will get a start today. Number 13, Lainey Taylor. Number 18, Cameron Rasmussen. Number 19, Morgan Morin DeMars. Number 4, Kira Magel. Number 6, Joelle Black. And number 11, Peyton Glennie. And the fans are on their feet as the marching band is starting the tune. Everyone is on their feet, in fact. This is a fun one. Guys, it is homecoming. I am so excited for this one. Homecoming is the best week of high school, especially when it comes to sports. I mean, you already saw it with the Broncos, or with the Vikings in their homecoming game when they faced off against the Broncos earlier, a couple weeks ago. And now it's the Broncos' turn to be the home team, to have the home crowd, to have the energy, and apparently there are a lot of excused absences from Little Fork, so I'm thinking we're going to be seeing some orange and black in the crowd along with the purple and gold. So, hey, unless the fans are wearing pink for the Vikings football game later tonight, that is pink out. And obviously tonight's football game for the Broncos is also going to be purple and gold. We got about 30 seconds before we get into our starting lineups and national anthem. Once again, the national anthem is brought to you by the local VFW Post 2948. Thank you so much, and thank you to all of our sponsors for Broncos and Vikings sports. It's because of you guys that I'm allowed to go out to these games and give coverage to them, and it's going to be so much fun. I can't contain my excitement, but I know I have to. If you were at the last game that these two teams had against each other, then you'd understand why I'm super pumped and super juiced for this. I have a rock star sitting next to me, so that way I can stay juiced for this day that I'm about to have. And so teams are starting to gather. And we'll also do a recap of the starting lineups for both teams as they begin to line up and ready themselves for the lineup announcements. Starting with the visitors, once again, the Littlefork-Big Vikings, their starting lineup is going to be number 15, Miley Davis, number 2, Anissa Wimmer, number 10, Cambry Gustafson, number 13, Ellie Wendt, number 9, Abby Bishop, number 8, Jenica Wills, and number 31, the libero for the Vikings, is going to be Cody Gustafson. And then some other girls who are going to be getting some time on the court today is number 28, Justina Holte, number 22, Jessica Holte, number 25, Aspen Watson, and number 33, Lacey Eidman. And your starting lineups for the home team today and the homecoming team today, the International Falls Broncos, is going to be number 14, Charlie Swanson, number 8, Piper Tomzak, number 2, Neva Kokesh, number 5, Peyton Grasshorn, number 21, Chesney Skrine, number 9, Lauren Basaraba, and number 10, your libero for the Broncos, Lola Wade. And look at that crowd's response. I'm wondering how much of the crowd you can hear through my mic. But now we're going to have a moment for our national anthem, brought to you by the local VFW, Post 2948.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer our local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sport guidance. Their advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year.
Do your high-rate credit cards have you feeling lost? Find yourself a lower rate and roll your balances over to a new card. TrueStar Federal Credit Union now provides an in-house credit card. Our truly rewarding credit card offers competitive rates, a rewards program, fraud monitoring, digital wallet, and much more. For more information or to get started, visit your local branch, our website, or the mobile app. Brighter banking at TrueStar. Subject to credit approval. Restrictions may apply. Insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter line, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
If you own or manage a business, you know how important it is to have a banker who is more than just a banker. Hi, this is Chris Laszlo, Vice President and Business Banking Expert at Border Bank. If you don't currently bank at Border, we invite you to join our family of successful business customers. At Border, we care about your business as if it were our own. We are invested in your success and our community's success. We're Border Bank, your experienced and respected financial partners. Member FDIC.
At Falls Lumber Company's Design Center, we help you find the right countertop for your project and budget. Options are endless with laminates, corian, quartz, including Cambria and granite. We don't stop there. Falls Lumber Company will be there for you through the entire process, selection to installation on both sides of the border. Falls Lumber Company's Design Center. Experience it today.
And hey, you can start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College. 218-598-9300. That's the number to call. And as they are announcing the starting lineups for today, just going through the team's roster. I'm very, very juiced up for this one, you guys. It is homecoming. This is a rematch. One team out for blood to get revenge. The other team hoping to start a win streak for themselves. And this crowd is bringing all kinds of energy. And I mean, whew, the gym is packed too. Just wow. Oh, I don't know if you can feel it through the screen, but I'm feeling all kinds of energy, you guys. So, once again, a reminder, the liberos for today, for the Broncos, number 10, Lola Wade, and from the Vikings, number 31, Cody Gustafson. Vikings, they're going to be coming into this matchup missing one of their starters, number 5, Megan Galusha, who is out with a broken thumb. And so I'm curious to see if things might change in how they attack this Bronco team out on the court. And hey, we're just about to get underway for today's volleyball matchup. Tim Ringhofer on the mic, giving you guys a reminder that we encourage the best of sportsmanships from the fans, the players, and the coaches. Shout out to the judges for today's matchup, and for the ones who volunteered as well for line judging. The liberos are brought in. Lola Wade in the 10, wearing the white jersey, while the teammates are in the purple. Cody Gustafson of the Vikings in the white jersey, and the Vikings in the purple or in the black and orange. Apparently, I am colorblind. I blame it on my dad because he is also colorblind. And I do believe it'll be this first serve for set number 1 is going to go to Little Fork. And it's going to be Ellie Wendt who's going to serve the first serve of the match. And she sends it away. Lola Wade with the receive. And Peyton Grasshorn trying to get her team on the board first. And the Broncos are going to be the first on the board to start today's homecoming match. And they're going to quickly sub in number 21, Chesney Scrine, the powerful frontliner. Lola Wade with the serve for the Broncos. And so great dig by Kokesh, and Wade just going to pass it over. And special shout out to the back line of the Vikings, as they are very good at digs. Neva Kokesh sends it over, and it's going to be Miley Davis sending it up. That's going to be Anissa Wimmer, and that's going to be a little over the line, actually bouncing off the ankle of one of the line judges. So now the Broncos move up to a 2-0 lead off the error. Little Wade with a serve. That's going to be Nissa Wimmer with the attempt that bounced off the net with a funky little bounce that still got over. Broncos able to recover, and they just pass it over. Miley Davis sets it up, and that's going to be number 9, Abby Bishop, with the attempt. Sets it up, and Swanson passes it over. Cody Gustafson over to Davis, sends it over, and Anissa Wimmer with the attempt. Great job by Chesney Skryan, who gets the block. And that's going to be Chesney Skryan trying to tap it over, and instead that goes out of bounds. Vikings get their first point of the match, 2-1 here in set number 1. It's going to be Cody Gustafson going back for her first serve, and that's going to be a little low. So Broncos get it right back. Now 3-1. PCA is going to be a sponsor for all these scoreboard updates. Neva Kokesh back to serve for the Broncos. She sends it, and that's going to be a little too low, bouncing off the net. So Vikings get it right back off the error. So now 3-2 is your score. Vikings hoping to make a big comeback. Back to serve is Camry Gustafson. Her first serve tonight. She sends it over. That's going to be Grasshorn with the dig. Chesney Skrine with the attempt, but no good. And now it's Anissa Wimmer who just gets the pass over. Lola Wade finds Swanson, who sets it up for Grasshorn. And Grasshorn gets blocked by number 2, Anissa Wimmer of the Vikings. And they now tie it up 3-3 here in set number 1. Already having a bit of a back and forth between these two teams. Gustafson with the serve. Chesney Skrine with the attempt, and great dig by Ellie Wen. The Vikings able to rally, and that's going to be a point for the Vikings as they take their first lead of this first set. So now Cambry Gustafson back once again to serve. Sends it over to the libero, Lola Wade. Swanson sets it up. That's Grasshorn who just passes it over. And now that's going to be number 22 of the Vikings, Jessica Holte, sending it over. And a bit of an unlucky hit for Lauren Basaraba. Looked like it kind of hit the side of her fist, and that ends up bouncing off the net and staying on the Broncos side. Vikings extend to a 5-3 lead here in set number 1. Gustafson with the serve, and an unlucky bump gives Cambry Gustafson the ace, as the Vikings now extend to a 6-3 lead. So momentum was something that Coach Hasborgen had mentioned would be a big key for the team. And Swanson, great adjustment. She was about to try and go for the bump, realized she was too close to the net, so she ends up just sending it over. Swanson passes it over, and Chesney Skrine attempted to get a little tap over the net, but ends up going out of bounds, so point for the Vikings. Serve number 6 for Cambry Gustafson. Lola Wade with the dig. Swanson finds Skrine, who passes it over, sets it up. That's Holte sending it over. Lola Wade to Grasshorn over. Low dig. Vikings unable to set up a play, so they're just going to pass it over once more. We have a bit of a rally going. And that's going to be Lauren Basaraba with the attempt. Still not over. Now Vikings send it over, and oh my goodness. Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings gets the point off the attempt, and that's going to be a timeout called by Coach Aaron Hall of the Broncos. So, hey, this timeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls, for a home that is professionally cleaned all year round. Call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen will take good care of you. We're going to be back after 30 seconds.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Eight to 3, your score here in International Falls High School Gymnasium. Camry Gustafson getting ready for her 7th serve of set number 1 as the Vikings hope to extend their lead. Swanson sets it out. That's going to be Peyton Grasshorn, blocked by 2 and 22. Anissa Wimmer and Jessica Holte. Holte stepping in for the injured Megan Galusha. Gustafson, serve number 8, and she puts a little too much power behind that one. That goes behind the back line, point for the Broncos. And they're going to get it back, and they're going to hope to make a big comeback here. The Broncos have been really good when it comes to making huge comebacks against this Viking team. They sub in number 18, Rasmussen. Grasshorn with the her first serve of the night. Sets it up. That's going to be Anissa Wimmer, bouncing it off the top of scraping off the top of the net, in fact. Now it's going to be, sets it up. This time it's going to be Holte. And Holte finds a sweet spot. Looked like a little slippery out there as Neva Kokesh foot slipped as she was going for the dig. And that's going to be a point for the Vikings. Jessica Holte with the kill. And it's going to be Anissa Wimmer going back for her first serve of the match. 10-4. PCA sponsoring these scoreboard updates. Grasshorn finds Rasmussen, sends it over to Anissa Wimmer, sets it up. That's Ellie Wendt. Great dive, but that's going to go out into the crowd. Ellie Wendt with the kill. So now we have a 11-4 lead for the Vikings as Anissa Wimmer with the serve. And Grasshorn, great adjustment, sending it over. And we'll see if the Vikings they do recover and passes it over. Grasshorn up to Basaraba. Great dig by Wimmer. And that was Cambry Gustafson trying to catch the Broncos by surprise. And once again, Broncos, Chesley Scrine bouncing off the top of the net, but it looks like that's going to be point for the Vikings. I'm guessing it bounced off the net and over the blocker, so no point for the Broncos. 12-4, Anissa Wimmer with the serve. And that's going to be a little too low for an error. Now Broncos get it back, 12-5. And Chesley Scrine, she's going to go back to serve for the purple. She sends it back to Gustafson, and that's going to be a little close to the net. And smart move by Cameron Rasmussen not to go for the ball as that goes out of bounds. Point for the Broncos after a bump. The pass that went a little too far outside. Chesley Scrine, serve number 2. And she's going to get the ace. Vikings thinking that it might go out of bounds, let it slide, and that's going to be 7-12 now after Chesley Scrine's ace. This time, her serve goes a little too short, and that's going to be an error. Giving the ball right back to the Vikings, 13-7. Back to serve is number 8, Jenica Wills. Her first serve tonight. She sends it to number 9, Basaraba. That was Piper Tomzak. Gustafson over to Abby Bishop. Ellie Wendt with a high bump, and great dig by Cameron Rasmussen trying to keep the ball in play after the attempt, and that's going to be a point for the Vikings as it goes out of bounds. So now 14-7. Vikings doing the best to keep the Broncos at arm's length. Jenica Wills, her second serve. Grasshorn over to Tomzak, and Tomzak gets the point for the Broncos, taking it right back, trying to find some momentum for her team. And they're going to sub in number 2, Neva Kokesh, for number 13, Lainey Taylor. So now 8-14, back to serve is Lauren Basaraba of the Broncos. Sends it back to the libero. Great adjustment by Jessica Holte. Grasshorn sets it up. That's Neva Kokesh now with the attempt. Bounces out the net, and Neva Kokesh gets the point for the Broncos. So now we have a 9-14 game. Basaraba hoping to lead a comeback for her team after being down 7. Serve number 2 for Basaraba. She sends it, and that time it was the right call for the Vikings to let it go as that goes out of bounds. Now 9-15. And they're going to sub in number 15, the backliner, Miley Davis, who's going to serve. And she is one of the strongest servers on this Vikings squad as she sends it over. A beeline straight to Basaraba. High bump. Lola Wade, smart job just sending it right back over. And that's Cambry Gustafson trying to get a sneaky one over the net. Miley Davis sets it up. This is Ellie Went now with a light tap and great effort by Grasshorn, the backliner, but that's going to be a point for the Vikings. Ellie Went getting the point for her team. Now 9-16. Miley Davis with the serve. And Ellie Went. Oh, Broncos able to recover and get the pass over. No point for the Vikings. Miley Davis sets it up. That's Ellie Went. Great job by the blockers, softening the blow. Neva Kokesh with the kill. And great trajectory as that's inbounds. And so that's a point for the Broncos now. 10-16. And they're going to sub in number 14, Charlie Swanson, to serve her first of the night. Charlie Swanson sends it over a beeline straight to Cambry Gustafson. Miley Davis back to Gustafson. Basaraba to Swanson. Over to Kokesh. Kokesh bounces off the top of the net. Miley Davis to Ellie Went. And Ellie Went coming up and getting the point. Trying to keep the Broncos at arm's reach. Now 10-17. And it's also going to be Ellie Went serving for the Vikings. Ellie Went sends it back. And good job by Basaraba to not go for that. It goes over the back line. Broncos point 11-17 after the error. That was Lola Wade, the libero for the Broncos, serving. Miley Davis sets it up. Anissa Wimmer sends it back to Wade. Grasshorn over to Skrine. And Skrine bounces off the net. And that's a point for the Broncos. Chesney Skrine with the kill. Now we have a 12-17 game here. Broncos not fully out of it, but needing to make a huge recovery as Lola Wade gets the serve. And that's going to be a high bump. And Chesley Skrine with another one. 13-17 now. Broncos climbing back from the deficit as Lola Wade gets ready for her 5th serve of this first set. Wade sends it over. That's Gustafson with the receive. Anissa Wimmer with the attempt. Blocked. And that is Chesney Skrine once again with help from her teammate Peyton Grasshorn. Blocked. And now we have a 14-7 game, and now we're going to have a timeout called this time by Coach Hasbargen of the Vikings. And that means we have another break and another shout out to ServiceMaster, who sponsors these timeouts. For your home that is professionally cleaned all year round, call ServiceMaster at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen will take great care of you. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer our local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sport guidance. Their advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year.
Welcome back to the Rainy River Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSCM. 14-17 Broncos looking to make a huge comeback here in set number 1, trying to take the first win tonight. Lola Wade, serve number 6, sends it back to Anissa Wimmer, and Wimmer ended up getting a little too much air underneath her return, so Lola Wade gets the ace. And now we have a 15-17 game here. Wade sending it back over. And this is going to be Anissa Wimmer with another attempt. Swanson on the receive. And Chesney Skrine. Chesney Skrine gets it done. Number 3 for her today. And the Broncos are 1 point away from tying it back up in set number 1. Lola Wade, the leader on this charge. And Vikings, they're needing to try and slow down this Bronco offense. Miley Davis on the receive. Cambry Gustafson sets it out. That's Abby Bishop. Grasshorn sets it to Chesney Scrine, and Chesney Scrine make it 4 in a row for her. And that's a tie game, ladies and gentlemen, here in set number 1, 17-17 all. PCA, your sponsor for these scoreboard updates. Lola Wade with the serve. Gustafson up to Anissa Wimmer. Anissa Wimmer received by Scrine, and that's going to be bouncing off the net, and smart job by Anissa Wimmer to let it go out of bounds. The Vikings finally halting this Bronco momentum as they keep the lead 18-17. That is Cody Gustafson with the serve, her second of the night, hoping to keep the Broncos at arm's reach. And Chesney Scrine with the attempt, this time not as successful as her past, as that bounces off the net. Now a 19-17 lead for the Vikings. Gustafson with the serve, and some miscommunication among the Broncos leads to another point and an ace for Gustafson as she gets ready for serve number 4 in set number 1. 17-20, your score. Swanson bumps it over. That's Neva Kokesh with the attempt. And Cody Gustafson, the Vikings just pass it over. Swanson sets it out. This is Neva Kokesh once again. And that's a bump, and unlucky bump by Cody Gustafson leads to a Bronco point. Once again, a 2-point game as it is 18-20 with Neva Kokesh going back to serve for the Broncos. This is her second on the night. Neva Kokesh hoping to lead a big comeback here. Miley Davis sets it up. That's Anissa Wimmer with the attempt. Bounces off the net. Broncos able to recover, and they're going to pass it over. Grasshorn sends it. Miley Davis sets it up for Anissa Wimmer once more. Swanson with the bump. Grasshorn, and looks like an unlucky touch on the set by Grasshorn leads to a point for the Vikings. So now 18-21. Back to serve for the Vikings is Cambry Gustafson, who's going to go for her 9th serve in set number 1, hoping to put the final nail in the coffin for this first set. Awkward bounce off the net, but the Broncos able to recover, and Chesney Scrine sends it over. And somehow Jessica Halsey able to get the pass over the net. Vikings stay in this one, trying to start a rally. And Swanson's trying to just get the pass over. That goes out of bounds. So now 22-18 is the score. Cambry Gustafson going already in the double digits for serves, as this is number 10 for her incoming. Cambry Gustafson serves it over. Swanson sets it out. That's Chesney Scrine with the attempt. Blocked. But Lola Wade able to get the bump over, and miscommunication between a couple of Vikings, and that leads to a point for the Broncos, and now they need a huge rally. Down 19-22, it's going to be number 5, Peyton Grasshorn, back to serve for the Broncos, hoping to lead the comeback in set number 1. Again, this is set number 1. Grasshorn sends it over. Great dig. Chesney Scrine, and it looks like they're going to give the point as Chesney Scrine accidentally kept her hand on the ball for a little too long, and so that's going to be a point for the Vikings. They get it right back, and it's going to be Anissa Wimmer who's going to serve, hoping to seal the deal in set number 1. High bump by Basaraba. This is Cameron Rasmussen with the attempt over the net, and Gustafson sets it up for Wendt, and an unlucky bump. An unlucky dive attempt leads to the Vikings now being 1 point away after the kill by Ellie Wendt. Anissa Wimmer going back for serve number 5 for her today. This could be the last serve of the set. Grasshorn to Rasmussen, and Rasmussen, low dig by Gustafson. Now it's Ellie Wendt just passing it over. Chesney Scrine finds Grasshorn, over to Scrine. Great block by number 2, Anissa Wimmer. Now it's Ellie Wendt sending it over the back line. A little too much crowd, too high of a trajectory. That's going to be a point for the Broncos. So now 20-24 game. Chesney Scrine needing to lead 6 perfect serves to get the comeback win in set number 1. She sends it over. Anissa Wimmer able to get the pass over, and then it's Ellie Wendt. Great dive by Scrine, and now it's Neva Kokesh sending it. And sadly, that's going to go over the back line. And so it's going to be the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings taking set number 1 here on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. We're about to get ready for set number 2. 25-20, the final score here in set number 1. And hey, we'll be back after a quick break and get ready for set number 2.
Do your high rate credit cards have you feeling lost? Find yourself a lower rate and roll your balances over to a new card. TrueStar Federal Credit Union now provides an in-house credit card. Our truly rewarding credit card offers competitive rates, a rewards program, fraud monitoring, digital wallet, and much more. For more information or to get started, visit your local branch, our website, or the mobile app. Brighter banking at TrueStar. Subject to credit approval. Restrictions may apply. Insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
104.1 KSDM, and welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Broncos versus Vikings here, homecoming night for the Broncos, or I guess it's still the afternoon. It's not night yet. It's homecoming though for the Broncos. Vikings took set number 1, 25-20. Broncos trying to make a big rally late, but it was just a little too late. But man, already having such a nail biter today. Broncos, they're needing to respond here in set number 2, needing to get a big win so that they can keep the Vikings out of reach of getting the win in the match. Now it's Coach Hasball again, sharing some extra words, trying to let our team know, hey, we've been in this situation before. They got the win. They got the win in set number 1 the last time these two teams faced off, and now they need to keep that momentum and get the win in set number 2 this time and keep the Broncos out of reach of a victory. Broncos, what they need to do, they saw what happened. They were playing great in that first set. It's just trying to minimize a lot of the errors in the game. But I got to say, hey, the Broncos, they've been responding really great to a lot of adversity in this match. It's just trying to eliminate the small mistakes that are really going to help them moving forward here as we're about to start. Set number 2, Vikings got the first serve in set number 1. Now for set number 2, it's going to be the Broncos with the serve. As clock is ticking away, 15 seconds left. And hey, thank you to all of our sponsors who allow me to come to these games. And PCA is your sponsor for this scoreboard update. 25-20 was the score of the last set in favor of the Vikings. And it's going to be Charlie Swanson serving for the Broncos. And she sends it away, and we are now off with set number 2. And straight out of the game, Charlie Swanson gets an ace on our first serve. Broncos get the first point of set number 2. So Charlie Swanson is going to go behind the line and get ready for serve number 2 of the set number 3 of the night. And a beeline straight to Anissa Wimmer. Gustafson sets it up right back to Wimmer, and that's going to be a little too low on the attempts by Wimmer. And so that's going to be a point for the Broncos again. They were in the similar scenario last time, so they want to keep the momentum that they had at the start of the first set as well. Gustafson back to Wimmer. Wimmer just passes it over. Swanson high bump finds Grasshorn over to Neva Kokesh, and that's going to be a little too much power by Kokesh over the back line for a point for the Vikings. Now 2-1 the score, and it's going to be the libero for the Vikings. Cody Gustafson serving first. She sends it beeline straight to Basaraba. Swanson, great recovery, and Piper Tomczak gets the pass over. Davis over to Anissa Wimmer. Great block, and that's going to be a point for the Vikings as Anissa Wimmer gets the kill. So now Cody Gustafson back to serve once more. Great dive, but Broncos unable to get there in time. Now it's the Vikings with the lead here in set number 2, 3-2. Gustafson, serve number 7, incoming from behind the line. Broncos going to real quick sub in number 19, Morgan DeMars for the back line. Gustafson sends it over to DeMars. Swanson finds Tomczak, and Tomczak with the attempt. That's going to be a low dig by Ellie Wendt. Now it's Anissa Wimmer with the attempt, and she finds a sweet spot in the back corner. That's going to be a point for the Vikings. So now Vikings extend to a 2-4 lead. Cody Gustafson, serve number 8. Dig by DeMars. That's Grasshorn with the attempt. Now Davis sets it up. Anissa Wimmer with the attempt. And unlucky bump by DeMars leads to another point and a kill for Anissa Wimmer. So Gustafson, once again, going back for the serve. 5-2 the score, and Lola Wade gets the bump. Swanson sending it over. Great recovery by Ellie Wendt, getting the dig. Now it's Anissa Wimmer sending it over. Swanson over to Grasshorn, finds Tomzak, who just gets the pass over the net. Davis finds Cambry Gustafson, and that's going to be over the line, out of bounds. Broncos get the point off the error. And now we have a 3-5 game. Lola Wade goes back to serve for the Broncos. This is going to be her 10th of the night. First of the set. Low dig by Wendt. Davis sets it up for Anissa Wimmer, who has to step over her teammate. And it looks like that will be on the line. Broncos get the point. So now we have a 4-5 game. Vikings, for not really able to get there in time for a second, probably thinking, oh yeah, that might go out of bounds. Instead, it stayed in bounds. And so Lola Wade with the serve. Davis sets it up. That's going to be Cambry Gustafson sending it over. And Swanson kind of trying to reach awkwardly. She probably could have let that one go out of bounds. And so that's going to be a point for the Vikings for Cambry Gustafson. And it's also going to be Gustafson who is back to serve for the Vikings. This is her 11th serve of the night. Beeline straight to Lola Wade. Swanson sets it up to Chesney Skrine. Great recovery by Nissa Wimmer, getting the dig. And Skrine with another attempt. Now it's going to be set up. Anissa Wimmer just going to bump it over. Grasshorn, once again, you guessed it, Chesney Skrine, but a little too much power on that one. Goes over the back line. So that's going to be another point for the Vikings, 4-7, as Gustafson goes behind the line, preparing herself for her 12th serve of the night. Second of the set. Swanson over to Grasshorn, and Grasshorn able to get it past the blocker in front of her, and that is Peyton Grasshorn with the kill and the point for the Broncos, now 5-7. They're going to sub in Lauren Basaraba and Lainey Taylor, and it's going to be Lainey Taylor going back to serve for the Broncos. Her first of the night, of the afternoon. I'm so used to calling these games at night. Jessica Holte gets the point, taking it right back. So now it's 5-8 as they extend the lead. And this swimmer going back to serve. She has 6, counting this one that she just now sent over to Lainey Taylor. Swanson sets it up. That's going to Skrine, and Skrine's attempt is a little too low, bouncing off the net. So now we have a 5-9 game, or 9-5, if you like Dolly Parton. I know I do. And this swimmer to serve. Sends it to Chesney Skrine, who finds Swanson. Back over to Lola Wade. Now it's going to be Gustafson sending it up for Ellie Wendt, who sends it. Great dig by Lola Wade, the libero. Now it's Basaraba sending it back to Anissa Wimmer. Sets it up. That's going to be Jessica Holte trying to go for another point. And now we have a bit of a rally going. Swanson sends it over. Dig by Gustafson to Gustafson. Over to number 8. Hey, Jenica Wills. And that's going to be Jenica Wills getting the point for the Vikings. And that's going to be a 10-5 lead. PCA sponsoring your score rate updates, letting you know that the Vikings are on a roll in this second set. And this Wimmer behind the line sends it to Lainey Taylor. Swanson finds Basaraba, who sends it over to Anissa Wimmer. Gustafson sets it up for Ellie Wendt. Dig by Wade. And now it's going to be Skrine who just sends it up, passes it over. Gustafson sets it up. That's going to be Wendt once again. Bounces off the net and gets the point. Ellie Wendt extends the lead for the Vikings. Now 11-5 as Wimmer with the serve. Low dig by Wade just goes straight over the net, and that's going to be Jessica Holte with the attempt, and that's going to be on the line. Jessica Holte gets the point for the Vikings, extending their lead now 12-5. And they have a full head of steam in their engine as Wimmer gets the serve over to Lainey Taylor. Swanson sets it up. Now this is going to be number 5, Grasshorn with the attempt. Gustafson with a high bump, and looks like the Vikings are just going to pass it over. Lola Wade sets it up for Swanson. Now Chesney Scrine with the attempt, tries to get a light tap over the net. Now it's going to be the Vikings, and Vikings unable to get it over the net in 3, so Broncos are going to get the point after a bit of a rally, and Grasshorn, she's going to go back for the serve. Broncos sub in number 18, Cameron Rasmussen, for the front line. This is going to be Grasshorn's 3rd serve tonight. 6-12, and Vikings looks like they're just going to get the pass over. Not going to try and set anything up. Grasshorn sets it up for Basaraba, gets it past the blockers. Gustafson able to recover. Great job by the Broncos now recovering after the attempt by Holte. And now we have a rally. Gustafson sets it up. Once again, Holte with the attempt. Blocked by number 21, Chesney Scrine. And now it's the Broncos trying to find a head of steam here in set number 2. 7-12 is the score. Peyton Grasshorn behind the line for the serve. Nice running start. She sends it over to the libero. Now Cambry Gustafson with a high bump, just punching it over the net. Now this is going to be Cameron Rasmussen with the attempt. Dig by Gustafson. Now it's Jessica Holte with the attempt. And Holte's attempt bounces off the fingertips of Chelsea Scrine, which ends up shortening the trajectory, and the Broncos aren't able to recover. So Jessica Holte stepping up in a big way. She's in place of Megan Galusha as we have a 7-13 game. That is number 8, Jenica Wills with the serve, her 3rd of the night. And looks like the pass was a little too close to the net, so Chesney Scrine hesitated before trying to go for it. Jenica Wills, her 4th serve behind the line. Sends it back to Lola Wade with a high bump. Finds Grasshorn over to Basaraba, who sends it back to Jenica Wills. Went over to Holte. Holte trying to get a little bump, tried to bump it over the net, but it was a little too low, bouncing off the net, so that's going to be a point for the Broncos. 8-13, it's Chesney Scrine hoping to lead her team in serves for a rally. Gustafson sets it up. It's Holte once more, and Holte finding the sweet spot just out of reach of Rasmussen, who was diving just in front of Grasshorn, who was going for the dig. And so Jessica Holte having herself a night. And Vikings, they're going to sub in number 15, Miley Davis, to serve. This is going to be her 3rd serve of the night. She sends beeline, bouncing off the top of the net, and leads to an ace for Davis, as the Broncos aren't able to adjust in time for the bounce. And now we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Aaron Hall of the Broncos. 16-8 is their scores. PCA sponsoring scoreboard update. And that's timeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls, for a home that is professionally cleaned all year round. Call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen will take great care of you. And we're going to be back after 30 seconds.
If you own or manage a business, you know how important it is to have a banker who is more than just a banker. Hi, this is Chris Laszlo, Vice President and Business Banking Expert at Border Bank. If you don't currently bank at Border, we invite you to join our family of successful business customers. At Border, we care about your business as if it were our own. We are invested in your success and our community's success. We're Border Bank, your experienced and respected financial partners. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. And shout out to those of you watching live on YourLiveEvent.com. Miley Davis back once again for her 4th serve of the night. Vikings with a 16-8 lead. High bump. Grasshorn sets it up. That's Basaraba saying it over. Now it's going to be Ellie Went with an attempt, and that's going to find the sweet spot just in front of a couple of diving Broncos. And Ellie Went, another Viking, having herself a night, or having herself a day. I got to remember that this is not a nighttime game. It is the afternoon. Lola Wade, great adjustment to the bump, and Broncos able to just pass it over. Great recovery. Miley Davis sets it up. That's going to be Cambry Gustafson sending it back. And Lola Wade, great effort, sprawling to the floor. Now it's going to be Abby Bishop sending it over for the Vikings. Grasshorn sets it up. That's Basaraba with the attempt. Great dive by Anissa Wimmer, keeping the play alive. We have a rally going, and Ellie Went is going to get blocked. And so now Broncos with an attempt. And oh my goodness, this rally is still going. Vikings send it over. Rasmussen sets it up to Tomzak. Tomzak just gets the pass over. Now it's Miley Davis trying to go for the pass. And a couple Broncos running into each other. Piper Tomzak sends it back over. Miley Davis to Gustafson. And that's blocked by number 8, Piper Tomzak. And Broncos, they finally get the ball back, trying to keep the Vikings from getting any kind of momentum. 19-17. As it's Lauren Basaraba back to serve for the Broncos. She sends it straight, and that's going to be an unlucky bounce for the Vikings. And that leads to an ace for Basaraba. 10-17. Basaraba with a beeline straight to Anissa Wimmer with a low dig. Gustafson just passes it over. Grasshorn to Rasmussen, finding number 8, Ellie Went. Or number 8, Piper Tomzak. That is number 5, Grasshorn to Tomzak. Great recovery by the Broncos. And Ellie Went with the attempt. And oh my gosh, Neva Kokesh, what a play, getting the light tap over the net. Gets the point for the Broncos. Now 11-17 off the play. What a heads-up play by Neva Kokesh, trying to catch the Vikings off guard. Basaraba with the serve to Cambry Gustafson. Miley Davis sets it up. That's going to be to Ellie Went. And it looks like they're going to give it, they're going to say double hit against the Vikings. So now it is a 12-17 game. Broncos looking to make a big comeback. Lauren Basaraba with the serve to Anissa Wimmer. Miley Davis sets it up. That is Ellie Went, who's going to send it over. Basaraba to Grasshorn. Finds Lola Wade, who just gets a light bump over. Bishop to Davis, back to Bishop, blocked, and great recovery by the Broncos. Oh my gosh, oh my, there's so much happening, I can't keep up. And oh my gosh, that is a play by the Broncos to get the point. Now 13-17. And looks like we get a timeout called by Coach Hasbarg. And so much was happening, I couldn't keep up with it. But what a play to lead to that 13th point for the Broncos. This timeout brought to you by Service Master, as always. And let me just walk through what happened. So Broncos, it was just a back and forth of, oh my gosh, wait, will they, won't they? Of one team looks like they're not able to get the save, but somehow getting it over the net. Then the other team having an attempt. A couple players running into each other, having to make an impressive dive, and just so much action. And here's the thing, this is actually very similar to the last time these two teams faced off against each other. That last time was at Little Fork, where the Broncos had to make a huge comeback in set number 2 to get the win over the Vikings and tie up the series. And now we're going to see the Bronco, if Lightning can strike itself twice, as Basaraba serve number 6 for herself. She sends it over. And high bump, and that's going to be an ace for Lauren Basaraba. Broncos, full head of steam coming out of that timeout. Coach Hasbargen hoping to slow down that momentum. Vikings needing to recover. Anissa Wimmer with the receive, and almost some confusion on the Vikings side as that almost became a point. Piper Tomzak blocked, and Tomzak, for a second, almost went for it, but then she realized, crap, I'm going to get a double hit. And so she tried to move out of the way, but she wasn't able to in time for her teammate. So it's going to be a point for the Vikings. Ellie Went to serve. And that's going to be too low, bouncing off the top of the net. Point for the Broncos, now 15-18. And the Broncos are going to sub in number 14, Charlie Swanson, to serve. This is going to be her 5th of the night. Broncos within 3 points away from tying this one up in set number 2. And an unlucky set, Miley Davis, she was going for the receive, and she tried to adjust at the very last second, and that proved to be not wise as the ball ended up going downward instead of upward. Now Swanson serve number 6, 16-18. Anissa Wimmer with the attempt, and that's going to be a point. Anissa Wimmer trying to keep the Broncos at an arm's reach. No comebacks for them. 16-19 the score now, as it is number 31, Cody Gustafson, back to serve. This is going to be her 11th of the night. Her and her sister Cambry have been very strong in serving. Piper Tomczak trying to sneak it over, and that attempt by Jenica Wills goes off the net. Point for the Broncos, now 17-18, as Lola Wade goes back, hoping to continue the comeback for the Broncos in set number 2. Will Lightning strike twice? Maybe, as Lola Wade gets the ace off that serve. Now looking at 18-19 here in set number 2. Lola Wade waiting for the whistle. Vikings subbing in a couple players. That was Gustafson with the receive. Chesney Scrine with the attempt. Now it's number 25. I have Aspen Watson with the receive. Swanson sets it up for Neva Kokesh, who sends it, and a high bump. That's going to be out of bounds, and the Broncos tie it up in set number 2, 19-all. After the kill by Neva Kokesh. So we have a tied game in set number 2, and potentially a tied match if the Broncos can pull off the win here. Lola Wade, serve a little too low. I am so sorry. I jinxed you there. So I will completely take the blame for that. Cambry Gustafson going back to serve. She has been the other perfect server for the Vikings, as it is 20-19. Gustafson with the serve. Swanson recovering in time, and Chesley Scrine sends it over, and looks like they're going to say that's a point for the Vikings. So now 21-19, Vikings 4 points away from ending it. Cambry Gustafson sends it over. Serve number 14 for her. Chesley Scrine with a high bump finds Swanson, back to Scrine. Now it's Kokesh with the bump. Swanson over to Grasshorn. Great dig by Gustafson. Now it's Anissa Wimmer sending it over. Bump by Wade. Sets it up. That's Grasshorn once again. And oh my gosh, Gustafson impressive with these dives. Chesley Scrine with the attempt now. And Vikings somehow able, how did they get that over? I don't know. Vikings somehow able to get it over. And Anissa Wimmer sends it over. High bump by Lola Wade. And that's going to be a point for the Vikings. Swanson unable to locate the ball as it went behind Lola Wade. And now Vikings 3 points away from taking set number 2 and having a two-set lead over the Broncos. Cambry Gustafson could be the lady to get it done. Lola Wade with the bump. Swanson to Grasshorn, who just sends it over. Now it's Gustafson finding Jessica Holty. And Lola Wade to Swanson, finds Neva Kokesh. Kokesh trying to go for the point. Gustafson to Wills. And Anissa Wimmer's attempt bounces off the net and goes to the Broncos side. No Bronco able to get there in time. So now 19-23, and we're going to get another timeout called by Coach Hall of the Broncos. And we're going to have a quick 30-second break here on Lace Country 104.1, KSTM, and YourLiveEvent.com. This timeout is sponsored by Service Master.
At Falls Lumber Company's Design Center, we help you find the right countertop for your project and budget. Options are endless with laminates, Corian, quartz, including Cambria and granite. We don't stop there. Falls Lumber Company will be there for you through the entire process, selection to installation on both sides of the border. Falls Lumber Company's Design Center. Experience it today.
the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1, KSTM, and YourLiveEvent.com. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. And your future certainly does wait you. In fact, there's a couple of Broncos and a Viking, former Bronco and Viking, on the Rainy River volleyball team with volleyball in the mind. That is Gustafson with the serve, hoping to keep the momentum for the Vikings. Great recovery by the Broncos. It's going to be Neva Kokesh sending it over, bouncing off the net. Great dive by Gustafson. Now it's going to be Holte with the attempt, and that's going to bounce off the net over onto the Broncos side, and that's going to be point for the Vikings. Jessica Holte. This young lady has been absolutely insane. Now, this could be set point right here. Canterbury Gustafson hoping to put the nail in the coffin. Swanson sets it up. This is going to be Chesley Scrine with the attempt, bouncing off the blockers, and that's going to go out of bounds. And now, point for the Broncos, 20-24. Could be seeing some deja vu. And Neva Kokesh needing 4 perfect serves to keep her team in this second set. Serve number 1, and unfortunately that will bounce off the net. Set number 2 is going to go to the Vikings. So now it is 2-0 lead for Littlefork-Big Falls. Here in set after winning set number 2. And we're going to go into a break, and then we'll be back and get ready for set number 3. Broncos versus Vikings. It is homecoming for the Broncos, needing a huge comeback in order to win tonight. They need to win the next 3 sets. And so we're going to see what's up next here on Lakes Country 104.1, KSTM, and YourLiveEvent.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer our local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sport guidance. Their advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year.
Do your high-rate credit cards have you feeling lost? Find yourself a lower rate and roll your balances over to a new card. TrueStar Federal Credit Union now provides an in-house credit card. Our truly rewarding credit card offers competitive rates, a rewards program, fraud monitoring, digital wallet, and much more. For more information or to get started, visit your local branch, our website, or the mobile app. Brighter banking at TrueStar. Subject to credit approval. Restrictions may apply. Insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
And welcome back to YourLiveEvent.com. Here in Falls High School Gymnasium, the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings have a 2-0 lead after winning sets 1 and 2, 25-20, 25-20 for both. And that Vikings bench is getting hyped. They have the 2-0 lead over the Broncos. Broncos needing a huge comeback tonight, needing to win the next 3 sets in order to take away a win on homecoming. And it's going to be Littlefork with the first serve of today. The big leaders for the Vikings have been Anissa Wimmer and Jessica Holte from the front line, and Canterbury Gustafson and Cody Gustafson from the back line serving. And from the Broncos, it has been Neva Kokesh and Chesley Scrine, big leaders for today in the front line. And from the back line, it has been Lolo Wade and Charlie Swanson leading the Broncos from the back line. Getting ready to be underway with set number 3. The referee talking to the team. And we're going to see what adjustments are made. We're going to see what happens as this third set is underway. It is number 25, Aspen Watson, who's going to serve first to start off this third set. This is going to be her first serve of the night for the backliner. And her serve goes over and straight to Lola Wade. Low dig. Swanson sets it up. That's going to be number 8, Piper Tomczak. And Broncos get the first point in set number 3. Piper Tomczak getting the kill. And Lola Wade's serve is going to go a little too low. And that's going to be an error, and that's going to be a point for the Vikings. So already a bit of a back and forth. Going back to serve is the libero for the Vikings, Cody Gustafson. This is her 12th serve of the night. Swanson sets it up. That's Chesney Skrine with the kill, and that stays in bounds. Point for the Broncos. Chesney Skrine trying to keep her team in this match. Neva Kokesh goes back to the serve. This is her 4th serve of the night. Broncos in the lead, 2-1. PCA sponsoring these scoreboard updates. And Kokesh sends it, and that's going to be a bit too low on the serve. Point for the Vikings. So back-to-back, Broncos, they make a great play, and they get a point, but then it's followed up by a serve that bounces off the net. So the Broncos, they need to kind of to try and make adjustment to work and try and figure out their serving issues. That was Cambry Gustafson with the serve. And this woman with the attempt, Lola Wade. Nice dig. Swanson sets it up for number 9, Basaraba. And Basaraba's attempt stays in bounds and gets a point for the Broncos. The Vikings thinking it might go out of bounds, let it fly, and that ended up not being the right decision. So now going back to serve for the Broncos is number 7, serve, sets it up, and that is almost blocked, and Neva Kokesh coming up from the back line and able to send it over. Now that it's Jessica Holte with the attempt. High bump by Kokesh. Rasmussen then sends it over. And low dig, but that's going to be a point for the Vikings. And this Wimmer on the attempt. She's been leading this Vikings team. She goes for serve number 11 for herself today with a tied game. Neither team has really been able to gain any substantial lead throughout the night. As Wimmer sets it up, this is going to be Grasshorn sending it over to Rasmussen. Her attempt is stopped. And Jessica Holte, a little bit of an awkward bump, but she's able to get it over the net. And now it's going to be Basaraba sending it over, blocked, but Broncos still get it back over the net. Now it's Wendt with the attempt that goes over, bouncing off the shoe of the line judge. So that's going to be Broncos with the point after Ellie with the powerful, powerful attempt that went over the back line. Now Chesney Skrine serving her 6th serve of the night. And Rasmussen, great recovery. And I think I heard a net whistle, and that is a double hit called against the Vikings. So Broncos, they now get a 5-3 lead. PCA sponsoring your scoreboard updates. Chesney Skrine, once again behind the line. She sends it over to Wendt, and Wendt has an unlucky bump that goes behind her. So Chesney Skrine gets the ace and extends the Broncos' lead 6-3. And they've been in this position before where they find some momentum and they get a lead, but they need to keep that momentum. Skrine sends it an absolute beeline to Gustafson, and Cambry Gustafson's bump goes a little too high, bouncing off the ceiling, and so it kind of catches the Vikings by surprise, unable to adjust in time. So now 7-3. Chesney Skrine with another serve. Looks like she's not going to get 3 aces in a row. Grasshorn sets it up. That's going to be Basaraba sending it over. Ellie Wendt, great recovery, and Vikings just going to send it over the net. Grasshorn back to Basaraba. Nice dig by Gustafson, and Ellie Wendt just out of reach with the dive, so that's going to be a point for the Vikings, or for the Broncos, as Piper Tomczak gets the kill. Chesney Skrine once again behind the line. Serve number 9 for her. And that's going to be a little too much power that goes over the back line. Point for the Vikings, 8-4, and it's going to be Jenica Wills going behind the line now. Her 5th serve tonight. And that's going to be straight to Neva Kokesh. Finds Grasshorn over to Basaraba. Broncos just going to have to settle with sending it over the net. Now it's the Vikings with the attempt over. Grasshorn finds Rasmussen, and Rasmussen gets the point. So now Broncos with a 9-4 lead. And it's going to be Lauren Basaraba back to serve. Her 8th serve tonight. Lauren Basaraba, beeline straight to Nissa Wimmer, finds Cody Gustafson over to Abby Bishop. Broncos with a great recovery. Lola Wade able to get the bump over the net. Now it's Gustafson back to Abby Bishop. Rasmussen with the dig. Grasshorn to Tomzak, and Tomzak's attempt goes a little too far to the left, out of bounds. Point for the Vikings, now 9-5. For those of you Dolly Parton fans, you're going to like that score. Miley Davis goes back to serve, her 6th tonight. Now it's the Vikings looking to make a big recovery. Grasshorn sets it up. That's going to be Lola Wade sending it over, but a little too far to the left once more. So that's going to be a point for the Vikings, now 9-6. Broncos in the lead. Miley Davis behind the line. Rasmussen to Grasshorn, over to Tomzak, who just passes it over. Miley Davis finds Gustafson. Grasshorn sets it up. That's Neva Kokesh, and that's going to be on the line. Bronco point. Neva Kokesh. What a kill. As we now have a 10-6 game. Broncos, they're going to sub in number 14, Charlie Swanson, to serve. So now Broncos, Charlie Swanson gets her 3rd ace of the night. So Broncos now extend to a 11-6 lead following Swanson's ace. Swanson with another serve. Sadly, I don't think that's going to be a 4th ace for her, but Vikings doing a great job passing it over. Now Swanson sets it up for Kokesh, and Kokesh's attempt, it's going to be a little too low off the net. So now 11-7, or 7-11, if you like the gas station. And we're going to get substitutions on both sides. Broncos, they bring in number 11, Peyton Glennie, for number 2, Neva Kokesh. And the Vikings, they bring in number 25, Aspen Watson, to serve once again. Vikings still kept at arm's length by the Broncos here. That's going to be a beeline straight to Basaraba. And Broncos, they're going to have to settle with just passing it over. Miley Davis sets it up. That's Anissa Wimmer with the attempt. And great effort by Lola Wade on the dive. That's going to be a point for the Vikings. Anissa Wimmer with the kill. So now 8-11. And Broncos, they're going to make another substitution. They bring in number 13, Lainey Taylor, for the front line. Aspen Watson. Serve number 3, Lola Wade to Taylor, and that's going to be number 7. Sending it over. Now this is going to be Anissa Wimmer with another attempt. Blocked, and now Broncos just having to possibly settle for sending it over. And some miscommunications as the Broncos are accidentally running into each other. Now we have a 9-11. Aspen Watson behind the line for another serve. That's Glennie with the receive. And great attempt, but that's going to be Watson with the dig. Now it's Wimmer with the attempt. And Lainey Taylor tries to just pass it over, keep trying to catch the Vikings off guard. Cambry Gustafson with the attempt, and Broncos might have to just settle for just passing it over. Davis sets it up. Once again, Wimmer, who is blocked. 2 Broncos on the block. Number 8, Piper Tomzak, and number 11, Peyton Glennie. Really got to pop the P. What a play by the Broncos on that one. That was a big, necessary play by them. As the Broncos set it up. And that one bouncing off the ceiling. Broncos unable to recover in time. As Lola Wade had the serve. Now it's Cody Gustafson going back once again. 12-10. Vikings still trailing. Laney Taylor sets it up for Chesney Scrine with the run-up. And that's going to be inbounds. Chesney Scrine counted up for her. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As the Broncos extend to a 13-10 lead here in set number 3. And it looks like they're going to make a substitution. Vikings, they sub in number 13, Ellie Went. And the Broncos, they're going to sub in number 19, Morgan Morin DeMars. And it's going to be DeMars who's going to take the serve for the Broncos. Her first serve of the night for the backliner. She sends it over, and that's going to be a little too much power, so her serve goes over the back line. Viking point, so 13-11 now, as it's going to be Cambry Gustafson back to serve. She's just about to reach the 20s in serving, and she is one of the best servers on this Viking team, as you've seen today. Lola Wade with the high bump. Laney Taylor trying to sneak it over, but great recovery by the Vikings reacting to it. Anis Wimmer just sends it over. That's Taylor with the receive. And now great attempt, but a little too low, bouncing off the net. So now that's Vikings 1 point away from tying this game up and 2 points away from taking the lead, their first lead of this set, as Cambry Gustafson goes for serve number 20 for herself tonight. High bump, high receive. Now that's Chesney Scrine, and Chesney Scrine, you guessed it, gets the kill. Her 7th kill of the night. 14-12. And looks like the Broncos, they're going to sub in number 5, Peyton Grasshorn, who I think is going to be taking the serve for the Broncos. And looks like, yep, Grasshorn is going to be taking the serve. This is going to be her 5th serve tonight. 14-12. Grasshorn finds Anissa Wimmer, sets it up. Wimmer with the attempt, bounces off the top of the net. High receive by Lola Wade. And Chesney Scrine trying to just pass it over, but a little too low, bouncing off the net. So that's going to be a point for the Vikings. 14-13 now, as Anissa Wimmer hopes to lead her team to a huge comeback. And a little too hard of a bump, hard of a receive by Lola Wade. That leads to an ace for Wimmer. As the Vikings tie it up now, 14-all. PCA sponsor, your scoreboard update. Wimmer sends it. High set by Basaraba, who sends that's sent over to Laney Taylor. Now it's the Vikings' turn. It's going to be Ellie Went with the attempt. Great dive by Grasshorn, and Holte trying to immediately spike it back to the Broncos, but instead that's going to be off the net. Point for the Broncos off the error. And now it's Chesney Scrine with the serve for the Broncos. Her 10th of the night. She reaches the double digits. Jenica Wills just passes it over. Now it's Piper Tomczak with the attempt, and Cody Gustafson looked like she probably could have let that one go out of bounds, but that's going to be a point for the Broncos. Now 16-14, Chesney Scrine back for serve number 11 after Piper Tomczak got the point. Laney Taylor sets it up for her Tomczak. Now it's the Vikings setting it up for Ellie Went. A lot of power behind that one, but the trajectory a little too high, so that's going to be an error and a point for the Broncos as they now extend to a 17-14 lead. Chesney Scrine with the serve. Gustafson sets it up for Holte, who sends it back, and Scrine went for the dive, but that's going to be an unlucky hit. So point for the Vikings as they sub in number 10, the libero, Lola Wade. It's going to be Jenica Wills going back for the Viking serve in set number 3. Broncos with a 2-point lead. Grasshorn sets it up for number 8, Piper Tomczak. Winding up and smashing it for the kill. So now Broncos back to a 3-point lead, 18-15, and it's going to be Lauren Basaraba to serve. After the point, they sub in number 2, Neva Kokesh. Basaraba hoping to extend this Bronco lead. Wimmer with the receive. Ellie Went just tries to pass it over, and I think that's going to be on the line. Broncos hesitating for a split second. That ends up being the wrong decision as they let it go. And so that's going to be a point for the Vikings, getting it right back. So now 18-16. Miley Davis hoping to lead her team in a comeback in set number 3. Received by Basaraba. And that's going to be Lainey Taylor with the attempt. And I think they're going to call that 4 hits as it bounced off the net. So now Vikings 1 point away from tying it up here with Miley Davis once again behind the line. Broncos, they sub in number 18, Cameron Rasmussen. Miley Davis sends it over. Lola Wade with a high bump, and that's going to go over the net. Great receive by the Broncos. Neva Kokesh sends it over. Great dig by Gustafson. Now it's going to be Abby Bishop sending it over, and Abby Bishop gets the point, tying it up. 18 all here in set number 3. Vikings, they already are up 2-0. So if they can get a win here, that means they get the sweep over the Broncos, and they take the second win in a row for the Borderland Battle. And Ellie Went with the attempt, and the Vikings take their first lead of this third set. Now 19-18, Vikings in the lead. Miley Davis for serve number 11 for herself tonight. Sends it to Piper Tomzak. And Tomzak's receive went a little too high, bouncing off one of the ceiling beams. And now the Vikings have a 20-18 lead. And Coach Hall is going to call a timeout, and we're going to have a quick 30-second break. This timeout brought to you by Service Master of International Falls.
Springer Fall. Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
Welcome back to the Rainy River Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Start your voyage at the Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River, Minnesota North College, 218-598-9300. Vikings making a huge comeback after the Broncos were in the lead for a majority of this third set. But now it's the Vikings who take the lead 20-18. And they're looking to get the sweep over the home team. And the Broncos, they're looking to make a huge comeback here on homecoming. Miley Davis once again for the serve for the Vikings. Low dig by Wade on the receive. Neva Kokesh sends it over. Davis sets it up. Gustafson setting it up for Went. And that's going to be Ellie Went with the point for the Broncos. Now 21-18. Vikings extending to a 3-point lead now. Miley Davis hoping to continuing to lead her team. Low receive. Sets it out. That's Neva Kokesh with the attempt. And Vikings may be able to recover. They do. They rally and get it back over the net. Now Neva Kokesh sends it over. Low dig by Gustafson. Now it's Ellie Went. Blocked and gets the point. Ellie Went hoping to lead her team for the big win. 22-18 now. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Broncos, by Coach Hall. And hey, this timeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home that is professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen will take great care of you. And we're going to be back after another 30 seconds.
If you own or manage a business, you know how important it is to have a banker who is more than just a banker. Hi, this is Chris Laszlo, Vice President and Business Banking Expert at Border Bank. If you don't currently bank at Border, we invite you to join our family of successful business customers. At Border, we care about your business as if it were our own. We are invested in your success and our community's success. We're Border Bank, your experienced and respected financial partners. Member FDIC.
This ad has been funded by Drug Free Community Grant Funding.
Welcome back to the Rainy River Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSTM, live from International Falls High School and live on YourLiveEvent.com. 22-18, Vikings in the lead. Gustafson gets the point. That was Camry Gustafson with the attempt and the point. Now the Vikings 2 points away from sealing the deal in set number 3. Serve number 15, but that's going to be too low, an error. Broncos, they get a bit of a break, and now they're going to get a chance to try and make a huge comeback. 19-23, the Broncos, they need 6 perfect serves to win this third set. Let's see if Charlie Swanson can lead her team. As she sets behind the line, she sends it over. Beeline straight to Wimmer. Davis sets it up. That is Abby Bishop with the attempt. Swanson over to Kokesh. And Kokesh gets the point. Neva Kokesh with 6 kills tonight. Charlie Swanson back once again. 20-23. Swanson sends it over. That's going to be over to Davis. And Gustafson sends it back. Lola Wade finds Swanson over to Grasshorn, who gets the pass over. Now it's going to be the Vikings with their attempt. Ellie Went trying to seal the deal. Swanson sets it up. That's Piper Tomzak. Great dig by Gustafson. Now Miley Davis setting it up for Abby Bishop. And the attempt, and now it's going to be a point. Vikings 1 point away from taking set number 3 and taking the match. They're going to sub in number 25, Aspen Watson, to serve. Deja vu right here. The score of the previous sets have been 20-25, 20-25. Watson sends it over. Swanson sets it up. This is going to be Grasshorn with the attempt. High bump. That's going to be point for the Broncos. They take it right back. And now they need a series of perfect serves right here. I keep saying it, and it is true. They sub in number 21, Chesney Skrine. Timeout called by Cindy Hasbargen, the coach for the Vikings. And I'm wondering, in football there is icing the kicker, there's icing the quarterback. In this case, would that be icing the server? Is that a thing in volleyball? I'm curious. I need someone to answer this question for me, but this has been intense. 21-24 is the score right now. Vikings are leading 2-0, and they're also leading in the score in this set. If they get a win, it's just going to take 1 point for the Vikings to take this in 3. Both teams have been playing absolutely phenomenal today. And now it's the Broncos being led by their libero, Lola Wade, going for her 16th serve of the night. She has 2 aces for herself. And the Vikings, they're going to sub in number 13, Ellie Went. Ellie Went has been one of the biggest scorers for her team tonight. Lola Wade with the serve, trying to get it started quickly. Gustafson sets it up. That's going to be Anissa Wimmer. Blocked, and that's going to be a point for the Broncos. Looks like she was over the net. Oh, no, 4 hits. So now 22-24, Lola Wade with the serve. She sends it to Davis. Gustafson sets it up. That's going to be Abby Bishop with the attempt. Grasshorn sends it over. That's Neva Kokesh now. High receive. Now it's going to be Ellie Wen who sends it over. Finds Basaraba. Chesley Skrine sets it up. That's Neva Kokesh. Once again trying to go for a point. Anissa Wimmer sends it over. That's Basaraba once again with the receive. Swanson over to Skrine. Vikings getting the point, but now Skrine out of bounds. Vikings take it in 3. And your final is Vikings win it in 3 sets. 20-25, 20-25, 22-25. What an amazing 3 sets that has been by both teams. So many back and forth, so many 50-50 moments. And I think both teams have a lot to be proud of. What a great, great match that was. Vikings take the rematch. And hey, we're going to be back after a break, and we're going to get ready for our post-game show on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and YourLiveEvent.com.
At Falls Lumber Company's Design Center, we help you find the right countertop for your project and budget. Options are endless with laminates, corian, quartz, including Cambria and granite. We don't stop there. Falls Lumber Company will be there for you through the entire process, selection to installation on both sides of the border. Falls Lumber Company's Design Center. Experience it today.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer our local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sport guidance. Their advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year.
Do your high-rate credit cards have you feeling lost? Find yourself a lower rate and roll your balances over to a new card. TrueStar Federal Credit Union now provides an in-house credit card. Our truly rewarding credit card offers competitive rates, a rewards program, fraud monitoring, digital wallet, and much more. For more information or to get started, visit your local branch, our website, or the mobile app. Brighter banking at TrueStar. Subject to credit approval. Restrictions may apply. Insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
If you own or manage a business, you know how important it is to have a banker who is more than just a banker. Hi, this is Chris Laszlo, Vice President and Business Banking Expert at Border Bank. If you don't currently bank at Border, we invite you to join our family of successful business customers. At Border, we care about your business as if it were our own. We are invested in your success and our community's success. We're Border Bank, your experienced and respected financial partners. Member FDIC.
Federally insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back to the Rainy River, Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM and YourLiveEvent.com. With me is Chesney Skryan of the International Falls Broncos, and a bit of a tough one. I can tell a lot of big emotions right now, but I think you had a really great game today, and so what do you think was probably the biggest takeaway? What was the biggest positive from that game?
I'd for sure say that it'd be the bench. They cheer everyone on every single game, and that just makes everyone more positive.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you were definitely one of the biggest leaders for your team today. I mean, you ended up having multiple kills from the back line. What was probably the biggest working point leading into today's game?
I'd say probably our group huddle in the beginning of the game when we do our Bronco cheer in the hallway. That definitely gets us all hyped up.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are so loud that I ended up overhearing you when I was interviewing your coach before the game.
Yeah.
So there was definitely a lot of energy. And so what is something that you're hoping to take from this game into your next one?
Definitely to communicate more and get to know each other more as a person and a player, and just play as a team.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've been told before at the beginning of the season, this is like the first time this squad has actually been able to play as a team. And
yeah.
So what was probably as a whole group then, what has been the biggest improvement for the team?
I'd say definitely I feel like we are definitely communicating more than we did in the beginning of the year, and just like when you call it, you get it. Like, just yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. I know. Played plenty of beach volleyball, which is definitely a lot more chaotic than an actual volleyball game.
Yeah.
And there's no communicating at all.
Mhm.
So, what do you know who the next game is that you're playing?
We play Deer River next week, but I don't know what day.
Sometime next week.
Yeah.
So what is something that you think you guys are going to be working on next week as you get ready for that Deer River game?
Definitely tip coverage and more communicating. Yeah.
So communication is probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Both having improved, but probably still needs improvement.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay. So then, I guess more of a fun question. Do you have any exciting plans before the homecoming dance tomorrow?
Probably just get my hair and makeup done. That's about it.
Well, like I said, I think you had a really great game.
Thank
you. Any special shout-outs to friends, family, teammates?
I shout out Lauren because she had a very good game, and her passes were right on tonight.
Oh, absolutely. She
Yeah.
had a really good game.
Yeah.
Other players to mention as well. Neva Kokesh from the front line.
Yeah.
And, I mean, oh my gosh, she had a lot of really, really big kills in that game.
She did.
So, yeah, well, I wish you guys the best of luck as the season goes on, and have a really, really fun homecoming.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back after another break.
At Falls Lumber Company's Design Center, we help you find the right countertop for your project and budget. Options are endless with laminates, corian, quartz, including Cambria and granite. We don't stop there. Falls Lumber Company will be there for you through the entire process, selection to installation on both sides of the border. Falls Lumber Company's Design Center. Experience it today.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events, to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer our local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sport guidance. Their advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-542.
Welcome back to the Rainy River Minnesota North College Press Box on Lakes Country 104.1 KSDM. Now joining me is Ellie Wendt of the Littlefork-Big Vikings. You guys had really, really big win, a bit of a nail biter there.
Yeah.
Again. So what's the big feeling for the team after that one?
Excitement for sure. It was really fun to beat them earlier this season, and now that we got to play them again, we thought there was going to be a real momentum shift, and there definitely was, but it was real fun. It was a nail-biter close game the whole time.
Oh, yeah, and I want to give a special shout-out to Jessica Holte, who I believe was filling in for Megan Galusha, who's injured, and she had herself a game.
Yeah, she took the middle spot where I was, and I shifted over to outside, and we made that change a couple games ago, and it's been a little bit to get used to, but other than that, it's been working pretty well, honestly. We've had a couple little things we had to figure out today, and figured them out at practice last night, and now we're good to go, hopefully.
Oh, yeah, and I was going to say, speaking of you, it looked like, you seemed pretty comfortable in that new spot. It didn't seem like it was a place that you were just placed in.
No, I play travel. I play summer league, club ball, and that's my position. So it was weird getting thrown from middle to outside, but it wasn't super unnatural, so it was not too bad.
Okay. Yeah, so what is probably going to be the biggest takeaway from today?
Biggest takeaway today is probably going to be just the ego boost, honestly, and that's nothing against any of the Bronco players. That's just general. Beating the rival school just puts you up here, and I'm really hoping we can carry that through to our next couple games in the postseason and everything. I'm really hoping that sticks with us,
Yeah, well, especially because from what I've heard after that first win, after 5 sets, big nail biter, huge back and forth, And apparently, from what I was told, that was the first time you guys were able to beat the Broncos in a while.
It's been about, I think, if my sources are correct, it was about 6 or 7 years was the last time that the Littlefork beat Broncos in volleyball.
Yeah, your sources are more correct than mine.
Yeah.
My sources are myself.
Yeah.
And not only that, but now you've gotten 2 wins today.
Yeah.
And so hoping to carry that into basketball season.
Hopefully, I don't know. You never know, right? But
Yeah. So then with this season, who's the next team that you're playing?
We have a home game next Monday, and I don't know who we're playing. I feel like I should definitely know, but I do not.
It's okay.
It's on the 14th. It's at home, so I know.
It's okay. You just got done with a big game,
Yeah.
and it was a big win too. And so, what was kind of going through the team's head in that third and final set when it looked like when the Broncos they had the huge lead for a long time, and you guys were able to crawl back, and for a second it looked like the Broncos were gonna crawl back as well.
We kept telling each other lock in, and then we were like one by one, point by point, and I feel like that was a big thing, and it was our team plays really well as a family together like that, rather than I don't know. There's some other teams that I know that have issues with that a little bit.
Yeah.
And like the whole bonding part of it, but I feel like our team's always been pretty good with relationship in and outside of volleyball. So I feel like that really helps when it comes down to these tight situations like this, to know that you can rely on them.
Oh yeah, and it looks like everyone on the team seems to have designated jobs, and everyone seems to know what they need to do where they're at. Like for example, from the back line, I mean, a lot of names that stick out are Miley Davis, Cambrian Gustafson, Cody Gustafson, as well as Aspen Watson stepping in as well. And so has Watson, because I don't remember seeing her too much in the last time you guys played.
No.
Has she been getting a lot of reps lately?
She's been getting a couple. She's been serving for me and playing a little bit of my back row just to mix things up and then whatever. But she's been getting a couple good reps and putting in some good things for us. So it's been real good. Having people on the bench you can call in and you know they're going to do their job and you know what they're going to do. Good, you know?
Yeah, so what's next then? What do you think you guys are going to be working on when Monday comes along?
Monday we have an off day. We don't have practice Monday.
Oh, right, because you have the game.
Oh, that's the next week.
Oh.
But we have off day Monday, and then we have our whole next week is no games. So we have off day Monday, we have normal practice Tuesday. Wednesday we have practice, and we're going to go as a team and watch the RRCC game together. Thursday we practice with RRCC, and Friday we have normal practice, and then we come into Monday. Hopefully going to look for that W.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You got to always be looking for the W. And so with this team, and I'm trying to check a quick source. So you're a junior. Have you already been looking forward to college then, or?
I have. I'm not going traditional route, so I'm not really looking for sports in college. But it's always been a dream of mine. But sometimes dreams don't come true, you know.
You know, you kind of read my mind. I was going to ask if you were planning on continuing a sport, because there are a couple of Broncos and Vikings on the Voyagers team. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty set on what I'm going to do, and what I'm going to do doesn't involve volleyball as a sport. So.
Right, understandable. Well, I really appreciate you joining me today, and best of luck on the remainder of your season. And hey, congrats on the big win today.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll be back after another quick break.
It's on a successful year.
Do your high-rate credit cards have you feeling lost? Find yourself a lower rate and roll your balances over to a new card. TrueStar Federal Credit Union now provides an in-house credit card. Our truly rewarding credit card offers competitive rates, a rewards program, fraud monitoring, digital wallet, and much more. For more information or to get started, visit your local branch, our website, or the mobile app. Brighter banking at TrueStar. Subject to credit approval. Restrictions may apply. Insured by NCUA. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
If you own or manage a business, you know how important it is to have a banker who is more than just a banker. Hi, this is Chris Laszlo, Vice President and Business Banking Expert at Border Bank. If you don't currently bank at Border, we invite you to join our family of successful business customers. At Border, we care about your business as if it were our own. We are invested in your success and our community's success. We're Border Bank, your experienced and respected financial partners. Member FDIC.
At Falls Lumber Company's Design Center, we help you find the right countertop for your project and budget. Options are endless with laminates, corian, quartz, including Cambria and granite. We don't stop there. Falls Lumber Company will be there for you through the entire process, selection to installation on both sides of the border. Falls Lumber Company's Design Center. Experience it today.
KSDM and YourLiveEvent.com. Vikings get the big win in Game 2 of the Borderland Battle for volleyball. And, hey, they get to go back home excited as they get ready to watch the Littlefork-Big Falls Vikings football team in action for tonight's home game. Pink out for the Vikings. You can listen to that game live on The Bear, 95.3 FM, KGHS, or 12:30 a.m. And, hey, later tonight, you can catch me once again on the mic for here on Lakes Country 104.1 KSM and on YourLiveEvent.com as the Broncos get ready for their homecoming football game against Moose Lake Willow River, the Rebels, a team that has been a thorn in their side for quite some time. Bronco, and thank you guys so much for listening. Once again, the Vikings take it in 3 sets against the Broncos tonight. Thank you again for listening, and have a good one. Drive safely.